Sounds like a bad MTV video with this broken window film. I've turned Hasidic. See, I clean up nicely. I wanted you to see that I actually look like a real human girl. Tried to style my hair a little bit. There. It's styled. So, I don't have anything important to say. I'm just digesting my food. I ate lunch. I skipped over breakfast. I fasted breakfast. Why did I fast? Well, besides to draw closer, I think I just fasted to draw closer to Heavenly Abba. Simple as that. This morning, Abba's been working on me on the inside to be more wholesome. And I think that's where Bridge and I used, well, we were using Ephesians 5 and 6, but I think I get confused with Ephesians 4 and 5. So Abba worked on the part where I'm supposed to care about myself. I took a shower, I did my hair, put a little bit of mascara on and some blush so I look alive and healthy. I think I'm allergic to something because every morning I wake up and my eyes are swollen and puffy. Could be the pillows. Maybe I should wash the pillows. See, I missed another one. Damn. Sorry about that. Let's clean something out. I look alright. What time is it? So I should get there about 11:10. They better be open today. Otherwise, I'm going to go around and break all their windows. Why not? That'll teach them to close early. I ate a good lunch, though. I had a big slab of meatloaf and noodles. I took my vitamins. I took a shower. I put skin lotion on. I did my hair. I washed my dishes, so I'm taking care of the inside. But as far as being wholesome, you know what I noticed? What you should really read and really get into sentence by sentence and really look up the word definitions and really dive into the deeper meanings of everything. Galatians and Ephesians. They're both really small canons in the Bible. So, but that's to understand what Abba gives us as far as his power and his strength and his authority and being one with him and him being one in us, but also how to read, you know, just how to grow deeper and closer in him. I can't even think of what I'm trying to say. See, I did eat. There's my remnants of my noodles and meatloaf. How to rely on that still small voice, your gut instinct, and to test those spiritual gifts he gives us, because we definitely need to be able to interpret them correctly. Even in spiritual warfare, to fully understand our full armor and what that entails. What is a shield of faith? I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory, but do you really look into it and exercise that shield? So it's stuff like that that is the inner work that I have to do to become more wholesome. Like, for instance, my altars, they lash out. Well, I want to change that bad behavior, and instead of lashing out, I'll replace it with laughter. Now I'm not sinning. Now I'm staying close to Abba. Something just that simple can have a huge rippling effect. You know, if these demons get in and trick you in one area of your life, they don't just stop in that one area. They start to go into all the other aspects. If they can trick you and get you, if they can trick you on one thing, then they can turn around and trick you and get you to believe in false doctrine. They can trick you into eating pork and shellfish. It can trick you into immorality. It can trick you into believing the fake Jesus when it comes to Bible prophecy. So it's really important to not only have the outside, our houses, cleaned so he can dwell in it, but also on the inside, to take a really big, deep look at ourselves on the inside. I mean, a lot of the Christian community has expertise in pointing the finger and scrutinizing, judging, and criticizing, abusing a gift of discernment if they do have one. And they'll sit there and search your heart. Well, those same people need to turn around and do that work for themselves on the inside and stop worrying about the speck in everybody else's eye. And I'm saying this because I'm doing the work on the inside. I know what it takes. I know how uncomfortable and awkward it is, but it's necessary. And plus, too, you don't want to mislead your brothers and sisters in Christ around you. You don't want to turn people off to Yeshua HaMashiach. You don't want to barge in on somebody and say the wrong thing, and now you've alienated them and become a stumbling block to them and their support system. I think these are all really important things. You know, one might think that I would put up a better title for a video instead of "I clean up nicely," and then turn around and look at the content. No wonder why nobody pays attention to me. I like throwing them curveballs, see who's paying attention anyhow. They never do. All right, so at this point, I think my belly is calmed down enough that I can drive. Sometimes eating is really painful and uncomfortable to me. Chewing, then swallowing, and then just the feeling of stuff in my belly, it can be painful and uncomfortable to me. I know it sounds stupid, but with the MK Ultra programming I've endured, plus just the stress in itself, I cleaned up nicely too. Our brothers in Christ are going to be like, you know, I don't mind when Holly cleans up nicely, because then all of our sisters start looking mighty fine too. Just in time for Valentina month. Valentino. I have a girlfriend with the last name Valentino. Well, we don't celebrate Hallmark holidays here on HTV, so we're not going to celebrate Valentine's Day. Instead we're going to turn it into Valentino's month, and it's my friend's last name, so we'll celebrate her instead of Valentine's Day. But anyway, my sisters are going to have a lot of secret admirers. I better stop cleaning up so nicely. I'm teasing. I don't really put makeup on or anything, just mascara and a little blush. I am going to make another cup of Kratom to take with me. It'll only be my second cup today. That's great. You know why? I'm going to be honest. Because I used a bowl of medicinal marijuana this morning, a full bowl. I was able to cut back on the Kratom. So I don't usually like to wake up and smoke. The edibles are all right, but I don't have the edibles yet. And I'm really wanting the edibles. I love you too. Cold cream. So, better clean off my plate. do my dishes later. And dinner's already made. What's for dinner is rice and teriyaki chicken. But I gotta have a snack first. I gotta have my plain vanilla yogurt with like blueberries and strawberries in it. But I gotta eat that like during the day, because if I eat it at night, I wake up with really bad IBS in the morning. Or really, like, I also can't like eat fruit and then go take a nap, because then when I wake up, it feels like I'm gonna have a heart attack. You're headed to the kitchen. I'm probably making you hungry too. So, I really love Heavenly Abba. I really do. You know, I search my heart. I search my soul. I look inside. And there's no faking it. I mean, I can't run and hide from the truth. And I'm certainly not going to give him an excuse. He's going to see right through an excuse anyway, right? And my lash outs, well, some of them are justified. But some of them, a lot of them aren't. And I just need to replace the lash outs with laughter and give my programmed parts something else to do. They were programmed for a function. Well, I've taken that function away. So I asked Heavenly Abba to give my altars a new function. So I have a new altar where I don't know what to call her. I just call her guard, because she'll pace around and do, sweeps. And she'll be looking out the windows at night and checking on things like sin for righteousness. Yeah. But like when the altars come forward and it's uncomfortable and stuff, I tend to lash out on my friends, and that's not right. But on my support system, so they expect it from me almost. They know I'm going to turn around the next day, put my tail between my legs, and come back and say I'm sorry and talk to them about it. And they're like, I get it, you know. That altar is coming out of a cage and just meeting me. So, yeah, she's not going to be too thrilled. And, but I'm grateful for my support system, because they understand. And more than that, I'm trying to use Abba's strength, or his power rather, to be able to identify that it's an altar and try to stop her from lashing out before it's too late, to try to switch everything around. And it's not that easy, because again, they've been programmed a certain way. That's where I rely on Heavenly Abba and the blood of the Lamb, being able to crush all the mind control programming and hypnotism that they've done. He's bigger than all of this. I made the water a little too hot. Still too hot. So, but I don't know, the other day I got a little lonely, to be honest. And I got a little lonely, but I did not make any mistakes. I can tell you that much. I did not make any phone calls. I did not get back to any stalkers who never leave me alone and seem to always pop up at the time I'm desperate, thinking they're going to get lucky. Seriously, and when I lost Seva, yeah, I was in I'm coming out of despair. I wouldn't say desperation. I have to look up what that means first anyway. But I just turned to Heavenly Abba and I said, you know, when you were alive and you walked the face of the earth and you felt like this, it's because you were alone. You're God in human form. There's no one else like you, you know. But I have you. I have our companion that you left us, the Holy Spirit. So I try to remember that. And this last time, it really did work. And then I felt better, because then I didn't start up a conversation with somebody that now I have to end and get rid of. You know, I didn't go back. is what I'm saying. And when I had to put Save It down, that would have been an opportune time for me to fall into a bunch of drugs and alcohol and men. It happened when my attorney died. I took my ex back, who collapsed my lung, and he was a coke dealer, among other things. Never gave it up. Anyway, and that was November 2018. So right now I feel like, yeah, I am batting 1,000 because I'm using his power, his strength, and his authority to get through this situation. And then there's other times, and then, yeah, you know what? Honestly, there were a couple of days where I fell into a couple of pints of beer. And who cares anyway? I wasn't running from anything. The pain hurt. But, except for a few days in there, with the pints of beer, I've been doing pretty good these past couple of weeks. And I can see, the difference inside of me too while I'm trying to give up these bad behaviors and I'm trying to do better and reevaluate myself and look inside, because I do test Abba. We all do. It's just some of us realize it, while the majority of us don't realize it. But yeah, just to look at how I treat him, how I feel when I'm with him, what I say to him, any expectations of him, which I should never have, regardless if he gave us his promises, and he will fulfill them when he returns and sets up his 1,000 years of reign, and he'll have to set up that 1,000 years of reign to be able to fulfill the promises that he gave to Abraham. Hey, New Creation. Hey, Renee. It's great to see you guys. So at this time, I'll get there at 11:15. They better not close again because I'll be ticked. You know what I'll do is I will get in my car.
He was talking about how anger will literally help make you unhealthy. It'll keeps you.
Anger keeps me healthy. Anger keeps me motivated. I know I'm alive when I'm angry. Sorry. John Pounders, Now You See TV. I don't agree with everything that David Carrico and John Pounders preach, but I do very much enjoy their ministry because it's not riddled. They don't have man's traditions and false doctrine. There's a couple little things in there, but that ministry does not add in a rapture and take out the two resurrections. So the woe doesn't apply to that ministry right there. That's why I listen to them. And that's why a lot of people don't see me at other ministries anymore, is because I'm just done with their man's traditions, false doctrines, and being afflicted with a religious fanatical spirit instead of really having a relationship with Heavenly Abba or relying on the spiritual gifts he gives us. So I'm particular now. Abba's separated me, and sometimes I get lonely. Well, that's where you guys come in handy, right? Because some of you are just like me. Abba's separating you so we can fulfill his will and so he can move us when he needs us. All right, guys. Hopefully this place stays open. Ow! I twisted my arm the wrong way, and that was the shoulder I dislocated a couple years ago because Keeper, when running to the end of her extension leash, jolted me. I jumped to the side, and I dislocated my shoulder. That was painful. I remember when it popped back into socket, though. So, All right. Now, I will see you guys later. All right, I'll stop looking like a Hasidic Jew, but that's why I twirl it around my fingers so I don't have to use hairspray and it just kind of doesn't frizz and it just stays like that once it's dry. It's curly anyway. No. You want to go for a ride in the car? Oh, I bet you do. Yeah? Oh, look at those big whale eyes. Look at those whale eyes. Big loud bark. Boy, that's disruptive. All right, all right. Settle down, honey. Settle down. What's that? Oh, okay. I'm like, what is that flash? It's her tail hitting the curtain open. All right. Jeez, Miss barks a lot. I miss Sava. Sava never barked. No, Sava never barked. Shh. Well, she didn't. We are all in this together. Yes, we are, new creation. Yes, we are. All right, so I'm taking Sava's body to be cremated. And not what I want to do and not what I was expecting, but hopefully they won't close their doors early and lock me out like they did last time after I drove all that distance. I didn't get too mad about it because I don't get out my... Kara, I'm so happy to see you. I've been thinking about you all morning. Boy, I got your email last night, and I got to tell you, you lit me up brighter than a holly wreath at Christmas time. What a beautiful picture. It's a beautiful email. Thank you, Kara. Like, thank you. Like, you really... I slept well. You know what I mean? It just... Mike. Wow, clean up, complete you. I can't hear it. Oh, why thank you, Mike. Good luck at your doctors. I'll pray for you. All right. Yeah, and I just got to give that little girl a bath and clean her up. Okay, guys, I hope that you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Just hi, Mike. Stop. My God, stop. Barks. All right. Okay. Oh, jeez. All right, guys, I got to take my garbage out, too. Okay, I hope to see you guys later. Stop a minute. I'm shooting for 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for FringeRadioNetwork.com. I'll put up a link when I go live on YouTube Community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Gab. But I'm looking at 1 o'clock, so that should be about 2 hours from now. As soon as I get back, I'm going to start up the Demon Chronicles with your special guest and hostess, Holly Baglio, from HTV. I got to get better with that stuff. Johnny was trying to get me to practice one day, and I felt so stupid. I was like, I'm not doing this. No, instead I come on HTV and I start practicing. Hello, and I am your special guest, Holly Baglio, broadcasting to you live from... Yeah. You don't read lips? Okay. Have a nice day, Mike. He's going to come back and watch this and go, Holly, you done lost all your marbles, nuts, bolts, and screws. They're rolling down the hill right now as we speak. All right, I'll see you guys in a couple of hours. The Demon Chronicles. Straight up demonic attacks. My house looked like Amityville Horror there for a week back in December. I can't wait to tell you guys all about it. Oh, I love you, Hannah Lore. Good morning, sweetheart. Yeshua blessings. I hope you and your fur babies have a beautiful day. Sadly, you're coming in and I'm going out. But I'll be back at 1 o'clock to broadcast on Fringe. And I'll put up a link if you guys want to join. So I'll see you guys soon. I love you.